Reverse mortgages are more popular than ever these days. But even though many seniors are aware of reverse mortgages, most people are still confused.
In having some very brief conversations with some of the people that I know that are pretty much at the same age level that I am, there is a great deal of misunderstanding and confusion relative to the concept itself. Everyone has a little bit of information, but no one has all the information to be able to make a decision. So as a result of that, there's a hesitancy on the part of many of us to want to become involved in something at our age.
Okay.
The banks have to do a better job of conveying to seniors what the advantages are to this. And I don't think that's happened to this point.
We met with a group of seniors, real people just like you, to find out what they know and what they want to know about reverse mortgages. They voiced questions and concerns that you might share about this often misunderstood topic. Over the course of this video, you'll get straightforward answers to the most common questions and concerns. You'll also get to meet some people who have taken advantage of this powerful financial tool. Our goal is to set the record straight and provide you with the facts you need to make an educated decision about reverse mortgages. Let's start with the most obvious question. What is a reverse mortgage? There seems to be a great deal of misunderstanding even about the basic definition.
I understand there's an agreement whereby they will take over the house and you will receive payments for life.
That gentleman's understanding is close, but not exactly accurate. Simply put, a reverse mortgage is a loan that lets you tap into the equity of your home to generate tax-free cash. Instead of building equity by paying money into your home, you can think of a reverse mortgage as taking equity out of your home. You're using money that you've accumulated while purchasing your home and having it appreciate in value. So in a sense, your home is paying you back. You retain ownership and the responsibility for taxes, repairs, and maintenance, but you make no monthly mortgage payments. Instead, the loan amount is repaid along with the accrued interest and service fees when you permanently leave the home, whether you move or pass away. A clear understanding of this issue helped these borrowers overcome their fears and take advantage of this helpful financial tool.
We knew on our income that we had since we were retired, which, we had enough to do some things, but not as much as we wanted to do.
There was too much months left at the end of the money, and that's when we decided that we had to figure out something to do, and that's when he called about the reverse mortgage. He's more the skeptic than I am, and when he says it's a good thing, then I think, okay, well, I guess that's a go.
I felt it was too good to be true. I just felt it was not, they were giving away the store, and they were giving it away to me. And I thought, no, business doesn't work that way. But in essence, I suppose having a reverse mortgage, I do feel that way in some ways. I feel it's a win-win situation to have a reverse mortgage, that there's just no way you can lose.
We have money now with the extra money we're not having a house payment, so we can use that to go travel with. We wanted to be able to travel the United States, and we have this beautiful fifth wheel.
It's changed the quality of my life tremendously, very much. Changed the quality of my life. I've been able to do things that I couldn't do before. I can have more of a life than I had before, and more interesting life than I had before.
We keep pitching ourselves. We don't really realize that this is really true. It's like we can't believe that we can do all we want to do because we've waited so long all of our lives to get to this point, and it's right here in front of us.
To some people, a reverse mortgage sounds similar to other kinds of financial tools.
Well, what's so different than having a home equity loan and going into a reverse mortgage if you can do the same thing?
In some ways, a reverse mortgage is a lot like a home equity loan. You get money to use as you wish, and you don't lose control of your home. But there are significant differences. Traditional equity lines require monthly repayment of principal and interest or just interest. With a reverse mortgage, there are no monthly mortgage payments during the life of the loan. What's more, with an equity line, the borrower must qualify based on credit history and income. The reverse mortgage, on the other hand, requires no income qualification and only a minimal credit check. Almost anyone who is 62 or older and owns a home can qualify. Now that you understand the basics, let's address the most common concern expressed by seniors, the fear of somehow losing your home.
The biggest possession that anybody usually owns is their home, and it's the thing that it took you years to get. And I think the fear would be that somehow or other you're going to lose control of that.
Okay.
And at the end of the term, who actually owns this property, depending on how much has been taken out of it? That would be my concerns.
My biggest concerns is that my home, which is completely paid for, is my stable possession. And to give it to you would frighten me.
Although this concern is frightening, it's completely unfounded. The truth is that with a reverse mortgage, you retain ownership of your house. You stay on title just as you always have, and you don't share ownership with the lender in any way.
One of my concerns was about keeping my home, and the good news is that I get to keep my home, and I'm very happy about that. I love being in this house. I love having the reverse mortgage, so I can keep my home.
Of course, you also retain the responsibilities of home ownership. You must still pay your taxes and make all the decisions and investments required to maintain your property. On a related topic, many people are concerned about owing more than their home is worth. In reality, there is no such risk. All reverse mortgages are what we call non-recourse loans. This means the house stands for the debt. You and your heirs are legally protected from ever owing more than the value of your home. Like every other loan, a reverse mortgage must eventually be repaid. But there is some confusion about exactly how that happens.
Well, as I understand it, or the things I know, is that the payment is made at the time of your death or when you end it. And then the bank sells your property, and they take their money for the loan part of it.
Again, that understanding is close, but not exactly accurate. It is true the loan is due, along with the interest accrued and service fees after the borrower dies or otherwise permanently leaves the home. However, the lender does not sell the property simply because the lender never owns the property. It is up to the borrower or their heirs to repay the loan, either with the money they get from selling the home or from any other assets that might be available. In other words, if your heirs can afford to repay the loan without selling the home, they're welcome to do so. People are also concerned about the tax implications of a reverse mortgage.
I'd like to know what it does to your income tax, federal income tax, if you get this huge lump.
Currently, the Internal Revenue Service considers the money you receive from a reverse mortgage to be loan advances and not taxable income. Again, you're tapping into money you already have, money that exists in the form of home equity. For advice about your specific situation, however, we recommend that you consult your tax advisor. Many seniors are also concerned about how a reverse mortgage might affect their medical benefits. With the rising cost of health care and prescriptions, seniors have good reason to be interested in this topic. The fact of the matter is that a reverse mortgage will not affect Social Security or Medicare benefits. Again, the money you receive is not considered income by the government. And if handled properly, a reverse mortgage may not affect your eligibility for Medicaid. Here too, we recommend that you consult your attorney for an opinion regarding your specific situation. Sooner or later, people look to the bottom line and start to ask about the cost associated with reverse mortgages.
And one of the things that we have not discussed at all is what does it cost to do this? There has to be a cost.
That was my next
to this.
question. You must have read my.
That's what
I would agree with that, but I also would be concerned about what the expense is, the percentage on the loans versus the loans today.
Okay.
There has to be something there that has to go to the bank. The bank isn't going to do it for nothing.
Of course he's right. The lender will earn interest on a reverse mortgage. That's only fair and good business. But remember, the loan isn't repaid until after you permanently leave the home. The costs of a reverse mortgage include the origination fee, along with typical costs associated with a conventional mortgage, such as appraisal and title insurance. The good news is that all loan costs can be funded in the loan, so there are no out-of-pocket expenses for the borrower. Now that you understand what a reverse mortgage is, you can start to think about whether a reverse mortgage might be right for you. Many seniors view reverse mortgages as an option that's useful for people who need additional financial resources. What kind of person do you think would do a reverse mortgage?
I think it would be someone who perhaps didn't have, maybe their mortgage was paid off, and maybe they didn't have a lot of other assets or a good retirement or anything. I think for someone like that, sounds like it'd be a wonderful thing.
Okay.
If something happened to Bob and I was left in the home after so many years and I just can't make it with the rising costs and everything else, I think that's probably when I would go to reverse mortgage in order to keep my home.
Okay.
Depend on what type of retirement plan that you have in place, whether you need this at all.
It's true. A reverse mortgage is an ideal way to get cash to pay for things you need. Bills, prescriptions, home repairs, a new car. But a reverse mortgage can also be a wonderful way to get cash for things you've always wanted. You might want to travel, to add on to your house, or give gifts to your children or grandchildren. In fact, you can use the money you receive any way you want to improve your quality of life.
We have more money than we did. We have money now with the extra money we're not having a house payment, so we can use that to go travel with. It's going to change our lives completely.
The reverse mortgage has doubled my income. It's enabled me to be solvent for the first time in a while, and it's a regular thing. That check comes every month. It goes right into my bank account.
So, is a reverse mortgage right for you? Just ask yourself two simple questions. First, do you want to stay in your home for the foreseeable future? Second, if you had access to additional money, would you be able to improve your lifestyle or provide yourself with some peace of mind? If you can answer yes to both those questions, then a reverse mortgage might be a good thing for you to consider. Finally, you'll need to understand the process if you're going to take that next step. Again, many seniors are unsure of exactly what it takes to get a reverse mortgage.
I mean, do they come in and do appraise your home and then base everything on that, or do you get the appraisement? How does that work? I don't know.
Actually, the process is simple. The first thing we do is discuss the concept with you and your advisors to make sure it's the right option for your situation. Then you receive free, government-approved independent counseling. The government built this safeguard into the program to make sure you've had all your questions answered. Next, you'll complete an application. Then your home will be appraised and inspected to determine its value and condition. After that, we go through all the normal processing and approval procedures that you might find with any mortgage. And finally, once your loan is approved, we hold a closing and you get the money you borrowed. You can take the money as a lump sum, you can elect to receive a monthly payment, or you can set up a line of credit which you can access whenever you need the cash. Then it's up to you. Pay bills, fix up the house, help a family member, or use the money to enjoy your life.
It's unbelievable the difference how I feel about my security, my financial situation. I'm going to start to cry here. it's just like, it just took this horrible, horrible financial burden right off my shoulders.
It's just a wonderful program, we feel, and we could never have ever in any time do what we're going to do. And I feel secure now, and we have money in the bank. This is what we feel is for us. I think if you want to do something and you don't have the means to do it right now financially, this is the way to go.